In this video, we will create this chart from scratch using Microsoft Excel. It shows how students scored on a test and highlights the bars in red if the score falls below the benchmark of 65. When we enter a new benchmark at the top, the colors on the bars change automatically. Most of the work involves setting up the data correctly. After that, the chart will come together really quickly. We have a list of students and their scores. Let's first add a place to enter the benchmark, and let's set it to 65. Next, we want to add a new column of data that contains this benchmark. Let's do that by adding a formula. Type the equal sign and click on the cell that contains the benchmark, which on this worksheet is cell C3. Go to the formula bar, enter a $sign before the C and before the 3. Now when we copy the formula down the column, because we use the $signs, it will always refer to the same C3 cell. For our chart to work, we need 2 more columns of data. One column to hold scores that are less than the benchmark, and one column to hold scores that are greater than or equal to the benchmark. But we want the headers to change whenever we change the benchmark. Right now, if I change it to 80, the data in the benchmark column updates, but the column headers still say 65. The solution is to use a formula in the column headers. This one will be equals, quotation mark, below, space, quotation mark, ampersand, and then click on the cell C3. And this one is equals, quotation mark, at or above, space, quotation mark, ampersand, click on C3. Now if I change the benchmark at the top of the worksheet to 80, all of the data updates correctly. Let's write a formula to populate the below 65 column with all the scores that are below the benchmark. Our formula will include a function I recently discovered. It's called NA. Let's take a quick look at it. If I enter equals NA, open parentheses, close parentheses, and press return, it returns £n/A. Any cell with this value means that the data is not available, and Excel should basically ignore this value, and we are going to use it in our formula. So let's click in the first row where we want our formula. On the formula bar, click on Insert Function, search for the if function, highlight if, and click OK. As you can see, the if function requires 3 pieces of information. First, click in the logical test box, click on the score for student 1, type the less than sign, click on the benchmark value for student 1. Now click in the box value if true and click on the score for student 1. And finally, click in the value if false box and type in our function NA, open parentheses, close parentheses. We are basically telling Excel if the score is less than the benchmark, display the score, otherwise the data is not available. Click OK and we can see the result of our formula in the formula bar. Only 3 students have scores below 65. Their scores do show up in the column, and all the other scores do not show up. It says £NA, which means that Excel should disregard the data in those cells. The if function could also be typed directly in a cell. Let's try that for the last column. Equals if, open parentheses, click on the score, greater than or equal to, click on the benchmark, comma, click on the score, comma, NA, open parentheses, close parentheses, and then a final close parentheses. And copy this to all the rows. Our data is ready. Each score always appears in either the below benchmark column or the at or above benchmark column. If I change the benchmark value at the top of the worksheet, all of the data automatically changes along with it, which is exactly what we want. And we are ready to create the chart. Select all of the columns of data, including the column headers, go to the Insert ribbon, and insert a stacked column chart. Make sure you do not select the 100% stacked column, you want the regular stacked column. When the chart is selected, we can go to the Chart Design ribbon, click on Select Data, and we want to uncheck the columns Test Score and Benchmark. We have our chart. Let's do some preliminary formatting. Delete the title and the grid lines. On the horizontal axis, right mouse click, select Format Axis. On the right-hand panel, go to Size and Properties. Change the text direction to rotate 270 degrees. I'm also going to right-click on the bars, select Format Data Series, and make the bars wider by setting the gap width to 60%. And then click the plus sign to the right of the chart and move the legend to the top. Select the legend, and I am changing the size to 14 and also making it bold. Now click the plus sign next to the chart again, and this time let's add data labels. Click the arrow next to that and select Inside End. If I click once on one of the bars that is below the benchmark, then all of the bars below the benchmark will be selected and I can format them all at once. And I will do the same for the data labels. And then I will click once on one of the bars that are above the benchmark so that all of those bars are selected and change the format of those bars and data labels. Okay, now let's change the benchmark at the top of the worksheet to 80 and watch the bar colors automatically change based on the new benchmark. The text in the legend has also automatically changed, and that is because we used formulas in the column headers. The formulas we wrote determine which scores go in which columns, and this tells Excel which color to make each bar. The reason this chart works is because, for example, for student 1, the chart looks at the values in the last two columns. It ignores pound NA and draws a bar for 73. If I replace pound NA with the value 30, we can see this is indeed a stacked bar chart, but we designed it so that only one bar will show up for each student. If I want to make this chart more user-friendly, I can move it to another worksheet in the file, and also move the place where you enter the benchmark, right mouse click and select Cut. Make sure you cut it and not copy it, and paste it on the new sheet. The benchmark is now on a worksheet named Chart in cell D4. Back on the data sheet, we see the formulas point to the worksheet chart, cell D4. So everything works exactly as before. And now I have a bonus tip for you. It's pretty easy to make a second version of this chart that includes a line showing the benchmark. Make a copy of the chart and go to Chart Design, select Data, and check the box next to Benchmark to add that column of data to the chart. Then go back to the Chart Design ribbon, click on Change Chart Type. On the All Charts tab, select the Combo Chart. Set the benchmark to line, and the other two categories to a stacked column chart. And you may want to hide the data labels, change the color of the line, and so on. This chart shows us the benchmark as a line, which comes from our data source, and so it automatically moves as we change the benchmark. I hope this video was helpful. If you enjoy learning about working with data, please consider subscribing to this channel.